What it is, y'all, and welcome back to another Konosuba video. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more in depth about the game. Now, normally we just talk about the events and things like that, but one thing you guys have been telling me is that you want more content, more in-depth content on, tactics and things like that. So, being that this current event's getting ready to end, we actually have an event incoming here shortly, but our current Legendary Chris banner, which arguably is like mandatory. We really, you gotta go after Legendary Chris. I mean, there's just really no two ways about it. In fact, I haven't even pulled her yet, which is truly unfortunate. I'm gonna go back in here in a couple days and do some more summons. I'm really low on Quartz at the moment, but the reality of the situation is, if you have Legendary Chris, or if you are planning to summon again for Legendary Chris, you need to know how to outfit this unit properly. So, what am I talking about? Well, if we go back over here to team, one of the more recent updates actually has added a couple things in here to the game. So, obviously we have the old Trial of the Agents, we have the general character upgrades where you can, upgrade their levels and their affinity levels and whatnot, but Potential Blessing is something that was recently added, or is recent-ish added to the game. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a couple different characters in the game and who you really want to focus on, or what character updates you really do want to focus on for each unit. So, if I go in here, I'm going to go find Chris. Okay, there she is. We're going to go to Potential Blessing. Bam. Now, I've done no updates here to Chris. Chris has received nothing so far, because it's not a unit that I use terribly often. But assuming I pull the legendary unit, which really, really, really hope so, then, because she's really good, by the way, then I will need to know how to go in here and how to outfit this unit to properly address how she's utilized in the game. So, essentially, you can do like all of these potential nodes. You could do all of these, but the reality is you want to focus on the blessings that are going to basically present the best upgrades to this unit. In the case of Chris, it's most likely Wind. Now, how do you figure this out? Well, if we go over here to, well, first of all, let's go to the recruitment. Okay, the current Chris, the one that is actually the legendary unit that's in the game right now, that was just introduced. This unit is almost exclusively Wind. Look at her. She's got Wind attacks, she's got all kinds of defenses, and what's really neat about her is her base skill, which is attack up when using physical attacks. So physical and Wind are like two of our biggest things. Not only that, but when it comes to her SA, if we go over here to easiest way to do it would be just like, let's go back out here. Let's go to a team. Let's see. Let's go to party, and we'll just pull a Chris unit up at random. I'm using that team currently. I'm not using that team, but I don't want to mess it up. This team right here, we can do, well, let's grab a Wind team, actually. Because I probably actually do have a, well, alright, fine. We'll just throw Chris on this team for the sake of argument's sake. So, and then I can fix the team later as need be. So if we go down here, and let's go ahead and find a Chris unit. We can actually filter this down by Wind units. We'll likely find one there. There she is. Boom. Okay. Now, when it comes to setting up Chris, the second thing you also need to look at is not only what attacks does she do, but SAs. So we have normal physical attacks, and we've got Wind attacks. So Wind really is highly favorable here. This is a very favorable situation for Chris. But to finally tell the tale here, we need to go back over here to the gallery. My apologies. Onset of allergy season is murdering me, if you can't tell from my voice. And we go to the gallery. Okay. We'll scroll down till we get to Chris. There we are. Now, I'm lacking literally all but one, apparently, of her 4-star units. So that's on me. But if we look at these units, it'll paint a bit of a picture here. So this Chris actually is She's got a lot of thunder attack going on with her. This one's fire. This one is, that looks like light and normal physical. Very nice. Okay. We've got a water Chris, but once again, if we come down here, the legendary Chris is arguably going to be the most used Chris in the game. So, really, probably considering we have normal physical attacks as our SA, we got wind as our SA, and we've got now 2 wind Chris's, and that the legendary Chris is going to be highly meta. That means when we actually go over here to team, okay, and when we go to character upgrades, okay, let's go to Chris's potential blessings. What I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go up here to the blessing settings, and I'm going to want to select wind upgrades. Now, this will also upgrade water, but this does mean that and I don't unfortunately have enough crests to really make this worthwhile, but as I collect crests from the current events and things like that, you guys need to be buying these crests all the time. And you get a ton of these actually for summoning too, considering we're doing a ton of summons between the Overlord Collab and obviously the legendary Chris. You probably have a ton of these potential items just laying around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to upgrade Chris. Now this is all assuming that you've actually gotten the new Chris unit. If you have not, then what you want to do is you want to go through your teams and look at your most used units. A lot of mine are a lot of the very typical units, you know, like back in the day, the Christmas Whizzes and the Megamines, Collab Megamine, and things like that. Look at units that you're using frequently, even units that aren't necessarily on specific teams but are highly meta, your legendary units, things like that. That's what you really want to pay attention to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about really popular characters that are used very frequently, characters that you need to pay attention to that are upcoming, and things like that, and how you want to start addressing these potentials. So obviously for me, right now, doing my character blessings for wind is going to be number 1. Then I'll probably come down here and I'll do normal blessings after that, and then we'll, you know, so on and so forth. I'll probably do fire and light after that, finishing up with thunder and earth. So I think that would probably, for me, for the Chris's that I have at least, be the best representation of the amount of damage that I could produce with this Chris and how to really outfit this Chris properly. Now, if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments down below. If you have character recommendations, put them in the comments down below. We'll cover each one of these. And if you think I missed anything, let me know as well, because this is I'm going to consider this the prototype for a future series coming in regard to covering all these other units. But for now, that is going to be, in my opinion, the best way to upgrade this legendary Chris and basically all the other Chris's in the game. Like, comment, share, let me know what you guys thought, and I'll catch you guys on the next Konosuba Fantastic Days video.